Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you have subscribed at this point. If you haven't, please make sure you do, because I'm definitely gonna forget to tell you to do that later. So smash that subscribe button.
Smash that like button.
That too.
And comment.
Comment as well, please. Today we're gonna do a very special video, a video that we got a ton of requests for actually, and it is
Relationship Q&A.
Relationship Q&A.
Bum, bum, bum.
So today I have a very special guest. Well, I have two very special guests with me. My husband, Daniel Stevens.
D Money Stevens, give me a follow.
Shameless. And Charles. Charles also has an Instagram.
He does, but he's not very active. He won't reply back.
He won't reply back. So we are gonna do a bunch of questions. So I went back on my Instagram last week and I asked, what do you guys wanna know? You guys all asked for a bunch of like relationship Q&A type stuff, but what do you want to know? So I got about 300 responses and I picked out, I think, the best ones. There were a lot of good ones, and today we're just gonna roll through them. We're gonna be very open and honest with you guys. Some of the things you probably don't want to hear, sorry.
Some of y'all need Jesus.
Yeah, some of these questions were like, really? But I think we're gonna do actually a part 2 for those of you that do need a little Jesus in your lives. We're gonna do a part 2 on our private pages of the questions that we want to answer on YouTube, but I don't know if we could get away with that.
So visit our private pages
Yes.
for more.
You know where to go. So anyway, you ready to start?
Yep.
So I'm just gonna read these off and let's see if we know each other like we think we do.
Hit it.
Okay, so question number 1. Do you think marriage is necessary, or is it acceptable to just be with a life partner without getting married?
Great question.
What do you think?
It's necessary for tax benefits, but no, I don't think it's necessary for proving love and compassion and
I don't think
longevity.
so either. Remember we watched that show once and it was like all about marriage and like why marriage even began? Do you remember the premise of that?
To take two ruling, powerful families and join them as one ultra powerful family.
So marriage was really like introduced as like a business arrangement.
Nothing to do with love.
Yeah, nothing to do with love. And then obviously, you know, places started realizing, well, if we sell flowers for this or whatever, like it could be a financial gain. But yeah, I don't think you need to be married to be happy. I want to be married. I love being married. I've always wanted to be married.
It's cool to have the title, but
Yeah.
is it necessary? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Not in this day and age. How do we make time for each other throughout the day?
Well, we're with each other 24/7, so
We are, but with that being said, even though we're together all day long, I don't feel like that's quality time. So even if you're one of those people that work side by side with your partner, I think it's important to like make time for quality time versus just, hey, I see you in the other room.
I agree.
When we owned the gym, everybody always was like, you know, you guys are together all day long. How do you not get sick of each other? Well, yeah, we were, but you training a client on one side of the gym and me with another client on another side of the gym.
That's not quality time.
That's not quality time. So I think it's very important to make quality time.
Date night every week.
For sure, at least twice. Would you ever look through my phone? Why or why not?
That's kind of a loaded question. Would I look through it with the intent of trying to find something I don't want to see? No, because I trust you. But would you allow me to look through your phone? Absolutely. I don't think you'd have an issue with it.
No.
I don't, because unless I need a photo or something. But if you're looking through each other's phone, you're probably looking for something you don't want to know is there. So why are you looking?
Yeah, and I think I pretty much know everything about you, so
Yeah.
I don't think I need to look through it. I'm allowed to, just as he's allowed to look through my phone. We have all each other's passwords to everything, so if you're not hiding anything, I don't think it's a problem. This is a good question. Have we ever had a pregnancy scare? I think everybody has. Not like maybe like a real one.
I mean, like, miss the period? Sure. But
Yeah.
no, not like what's a scare?
Well, to us that would be scary.
Yeah, I guess, but no, not really.
Do you think it's important to feel sexy, especially if you want your partner to think you're sexy?
100%.
I agree.
Yeah, easy question. Of course, absolutely.
I will never understand, and maybe this is like a girl thing, but I will never understand why, like, I have a lot of girlfriends tell me this, like their partner does not want them getting Botox or filler.
That's because they're insecure and they don't want to feel like you have something on them. But you should always want your partner to be the best they could be. Sorry, as I cut you off.
No, but it's true. Like, so many like significant others are like, you don't need that stuff. Yeah, but if something makes me feel sexy, I'm gonna reflect that sexiness on you.
100%.
So I think it's very important. Just like you do with working out. I would never tell you to not go to the gym.
No, of course not.
As much as I want to keep you home sometimes. What advice do you have for new people starting off in this pandemic, new relationships?
I think it's a great time to be in a relationship because you have to spend time together. I mean, where are you going to go? So, I mean, if you, well, I guess you could be genuinely bored, so that's why you're talking to someone, but I would like to think if you're putting your time into it, you're probably genuinely interested.
True, and if you're getting ghosted right now, then you know that person's just ghosting you, because where else?
Where are they going?
So yeah, no, I think this is a great time to start a relationship. I think this is the time to sit and talk and get to know each other
Sure.
and go outside and be one with nature. What's it like being together all the time?
It's great. She's my best friend.
My heart. And I walk around naked all day long.
Brownie
so.
points.
No, I love being together all day long. We're actually together all day long. Like
We're never apart.
No.
There's no Claudia without Dan and vice versa. Just the way it is.
This person said, this next question is a little personal. How do you guys handle sharing finances?
Well, we're married, so I guess is there married couples that don't share finances?
Yes, a lot.
I find that strange.
I find that very strange.
You're married. If the IRS looks at you as one unit, you should too. I don't.
I think there are a lot of couples still. I think that may be like an older school thing where like the wife.
Well, I guess, I guess you could file taxes separately, right? But
that's so weird.
I think I think if you're a unit, if you're a couple, you should share finances.
I think even if you're not married and you're like
Right.
on your way to that. I mean, I wouldn't share my finances with somebody I started dating last week,
But if you're with each other a couple years and you're not sharing finances, I think that's a red flag.
I would think so too. If you're living under the same roof and you're not sharing a bank account, I think that's weird.
For sure, 100%.
We may be wrong. A lot of people might. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you agree? What do you think?
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, tell us in the comments. Here's a good one. I feel like this question we get all the time on Instagram. Do you know where I'm going with this?
I can only wait and find out.
What are your thoughts on open marriages or relationships?
Whew, you guys are cutting to the good stuff. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts? I hope I don't get yelled at. I don't think humans are meant to be monogamous creatures. I think you agree.
I think science would agree. A religion standpoint would disagree.
Well, we're also
But
not very religious.
we're not very religious, so yes, I would agree with that.
I think it depends on the couple. I think if you have a loving, trusting, open relationship as far as meaning like you guys talk about everything, I think what works for that individual couple may not work for another couple. I think some people can't handle open relationships.
And open is a very relative term. I mean, open like the man has girlfriends and the wife has boyfriends, or like thruples. I mean, it's a very vague term, but I think different situations can work for different people.
See, I don't know if I could handle like you having your own little girlfriend and me having my own little boyfriend, and then we come home and
We'd be busy.
yeah, I don't want that. That sounds.
What are you barking about? Okay, calm down. Calm down.
We good?
Yeah, he's fine.
You ready? Next question. How do you keep the spark going after the honeymoon phase has ended?
The honeymoon phase should never end.
I agree.
If it ended, end the relationship.
I feel like when we started dating, do you remember one of your best friends said, well, yeah, you guys are having all this fun now, you're having all this sex now, but call me when the relationship...
Never changed.
Yeah, literally it hasn't.
Never changed. But people settle. They're so quick to just be like, I'm comfortable, I'm good, I'll be okay with being out of the honeymoon phase. Well, you shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be. Always date your partner.
Yep.
I think that's like the best piece of like dating or marriage advice I've ever gotten is never ever stop dating your significant other.
100%.
This is a good one for you.
For me.
How do you so patiently handle all the creepy fans that I have to deal with daily?
I mean, what's there to handle? Like, they're not.
It's a lot.
Be supportive, but I mean, at the end of the day too, like, those fans have built you, which has built us. I mean, our whole business model is, we need to say thanks to those people.
for sure.
So handling them is easy because we love their support. I mean, some of y'all push it, but it's at the end of the day, I know it's all from, a good place.
For sure. No, I mean, we wouldn't have the things we have if it wasn't for
Right.
people.
I appreciate them.
And I think too, the person that asked this also sees the creeps that I deal with, because this is actually a friend that asked this, but there's also a lot of really good stuff that happens from my following. And
for every 100 positive things, you get one thing that's negative, in any business.
Okay, here's a good one. This day and age, does it really matter who the main breadwinner is in the relationship?
No, especially now. Women are just killing it with everything they can do online and with social media. If you have an issue with that, be a broke dude. But women should be empowered right now. They are on top of the world.
And I love his response to that, because I'm very proud to say this, but my husband is very pro-woman and
Girl power, baby.
Pro-women's rights, and he's always pushing women, thinking that, you think women are the superior people.
They are. Men suck. Look at what we do half the time. We sit around and watch football and think that's cool. It's not cool. Women they're nurturing, they're caring, they're compassionate, and like I said, they're killing it right now.
Especially right now, I feel like, and you say this all the time, but I feel like women finally got their power
Took the power back.
Yeah.
For so long it was the magazines and everyone behind the scenes, they were the ones capitalizing, and now the women just went from here to way up there with everything. They're killing it. It's great.
Yeah, and I think too, as a woman, and I've been in relationships where I wasn't the breadwinner, there's always that little feeling of shit, I'm not doing enough, and I finally feel like I'm in a position where I could surprise you, I could take you out to dinners, I could...
Now, if you're the dude trying to shack up with the girl who's killing it, and you plan on just sitting around being lazy all day, I don't think that's cool.
We know plenty of those.
And you're not here to mooch. If you're going to help your girl, if you're going to film her content, help her outfits, I don't know, anything. That's great. Be a partner. Don't be a mooch. And
what's your stance on that in general? I feel like we know a lot of people that don't have partners that are supportive in that regard. Do you think the person... That was going to be my question. Is that somebody that you should stay with?
No, especially in this world. These girls could find any dude anywhere in the world they want. And they're supposed to stay with someone who's not supporting them? I don't get that. I don't understand that.
I don't either. I think it's a comfortability thing, but...
If you're in this world, you don't need to be comfortable. You can go get any situation, anything you want with relative ease.
I think in any world.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. If you're a hot chick with following, it's not hard.
It's not hard.
There'll be lines wrapped around the building for you.
One of the last couple questions we'll answer. How do you handle jealousy?
I'm not a jealous person.
Yeah, I'm not either.
You can hit on her. That's cool. Respect me, acknowledge her beauty. That stuff doesn't bother me. Now, if you come up and grab her, then we're going to have a problem. But, I appreciate it when someone says my wife is beautiful. That's great.
It's like having a Ferrari. Nobody's saying anything.
If I had a Ferrari and no one took a photo of it, that'd be a pretty crappy Ferrari. I'd sell that thing.
Trade it in for a newer model.
Yeah. Probably don't have a Ferrari then.
What are you guys seeing yourselves doing when you're 80 years old?
The same thing.
I think so.
Maybe a little slower, but...
A little slower. I still see me pointing out hot chicks to Dan.
Yeah, I'm kind of half retired anyway now, so I don't think it's going to change.
You're not 80 though.
No, but I'm half retired like an 80 person. Kind of.
Kind of. Okay, 2 questions to go. What are practical ways of keeping good communication going? Because my answer to this is never stop communicating. Communicate about everything. Communicate when you're happy, communicate when you're sad, communicate when you're pissed.
Don't hide it.
Don't hide, just get it out. And I used to be an awful communicator. Thank you, relationship before this. Oh, burn. But Dan taught me, just talk. If something's on your mind, just talk it out. Don't keep it in, because I used to be the queen of bottling and then exploding, and then when I exploded, it used to not be good. So just talk about everything.
And if you're hiding something, you can only brush it under the rug for so long.
Yeah. Are you guys accepting applications?
Next.
Did we have any hurt from previous relationships, and how do we keep that out of ours?
I think you recover from the hurt and you learn from it. So to say we did, yeah, I'm sure, but you move forward.
I think I took my hurt from my previous relationship and turned that into what I didn't want this relationship to be.
Sure.
And a lot of that was not knowing how to communicate. So I think I took all those bad experiences and I turned them into a positive for this one.
Everything's learning.
Which is what you should do anyway in any relationship.
Right.
Take what didn't work and make it into something really, really good. And I think I would credit, this is one of the questions, I think I would credit our success as a marriage and as being best friends, because when we started this relationship, we looked at each other and we were like, this is me, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Dan said the same thing, this is what I'm into, this is not what I'm into. Do we want to be together, yes or no? I think there's a lot of people that don't put that out on the table and then they later on find out, well, this person isn't for me, and I don't think we ever had that.
No. Yeah.
As a concern, so.
I concur.
Who cooks? We both do.
We both do. I would say morally me, because that's how it's always been, probably because I'm a bodybuilder and I'm used to preparing food, but we both do.
Yeah.
Probably 60-40.
Yeah. He really does more of like the cooking, the kitchen stuff, and I'll do like the laundry and stuff.
We have our roles. I like a clean kitchen.
Yeah. And that was actually another question, like how do we handle like roles and responsibilities and chores and stuff? I think we just, at this point, we don't even talk about it. I do not the cooking, I do the cleaning, I'll do the laundry, I'll do all that fun stuff, and then he does all the other fun kitchen chores.
I like a tidy garage, and we know what each other likes to see.
I would never let him do laundry though.
No, I don't want to.
Never, and I don't want to do the dishes, so. Who liked who first?
Well, probably me.
You liked me first?
Yeah.
I think you pursued me first.
I pursued. I mean, I think she always liked me, she just didn't realize it.
Who said I love you first?
You did. She was drunk.
No, you said I love you first, and then I said I wouldn't say it until I saw you in person.
That's correct. That's correct. But you were drunk
Yep.
at an SP's party.
Yep.
And yeah.
That's true. I really wanted to wait to say I love you in person.
She
but...
sent it over text. Oh, text.
How is Vegas treating us?
I love Vegas. I mean, I don't know who would live here and wouldn't like it.
That's true.
Everyone in the world vacations here, so we basically live in a giant vacation spot.
True. Are we switching off?
We're good at switching off.
I just saw a good one. Can you not flash your asshole to the camera? Okay, here's a good one. How did you know it was time to move on from competing and the business in Chicago?
Oh, that's a deep question.
Yeah.
I think you just know those things. I've always taught this. You have your head, your heart, your stomach, and a sexual apparatus that will tell you what you're feeling or not feeling. So I think when those things are in mesh and lining up, you just know.
And I think even my last show, when I did nationals, remember I didn't even want to go to nationals. I did the Gladiator, I won the Gladiator, and it was actually really funny because, well, not funny, it was just ironic that we got home from the Gladiator, which I won the overall. That was like such a big goal of mine for many years. And I was supposed to be super happy, right? And I was thrilled, but I looked at him that night and I was like, I don't even want to go to nationals. Like, I don't even want to do it. Like, it's just not in me anymore. Like, I just wanted to do this show. This was super important to me, and you just know.
Yeah,
like,
you just know.
I think at that point I was just so over it. With the business too, I don't think we're ever over the business because.
But I always keep cutting you off.
Go for it.
Such a jerk.
You are a jerk.
I always knew that I wanted to build a business and sell it. I mean, that was always my number one goal. That's just what I was like. That was my mindset. You know, I wanted to get it to a point where it had done enough for the community it was in that I could transition it to do other things with other people.
Yeah, and I think the buyers we got for Premiere are just amazing people.
Yeah,
so
we definitely lucked out with our buyers.
For sure.
So yeah, I think I just knew that we were time and it was ready, and that's that.
Final question. Are you ready? How did you know I was the one?
Kind of piggyback. You just know. Like, there's just it all makes sense. Like, all your issues with dating, all the BS, all the ghosting that you've dealt with. It, like, when you meet the one, it just all lines up. There's just no question.
To me, you're a Jewish bodybuilder, so.
You put the bar a little lower, I guess, but there's not many of us.
So if you're a Jewish bodybuilder, chances are I would have married you, but. Are there a lot of Jewish bodybuilders?
No, there's like 3. I'm 1.5 of them. You just know.
You just know. Okay, guys, that's all we have for you today. Those were excellent questions. Again, we agree on everything.
Yes, we do. As I think any relationship should.
I agree. That was super fun. I really liked having you in my video.
Well, maybe I'll be in others, maybe not. I guess we'll
He's
see.
usually the cameraman, so if you guys don't see a lot of him, he's around. He's usually the one recording. We're not like a big setup yet. Maybe one day we'll have like this huge YouTube channel and he could be in every episode, but
Until then,
he likes being mysterious.
yeah,
So
on the sidelines.
please make sure you subscribe. Please. Comment, like, let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if you have any additional questions. And we will see you guys next Friday.
And remember, check out our private sites.
Yes, definitely check out our private sites. We're gonna do another Q&A of things that we can't quite answer on YouTube. So,
Peace.
bye!